Hi, welcome everyone to the business page. Very glad to be on. I haven't been on the business page for a while. I've got an appointment this morning and I decided to come on briefly just to give and share an important tip for all of you. So now, why is this share important? The share is important because it helps every single one of us to find the center, to find our center and our strength in order to confront our day. So I've literally got like 5 minutes before I can head out. Someone's logged on, so do say hi when you come on. We're not just going to be lurkers. We're not just going to be viewers. Say hi, tell us where you are tuning in from. This is a business page. It's always more vulnerable when I do come on live. Now, the reason why I decided to come on my business page today, before I shoot out the door, I was going to say before I shoot out the window, before I shoot out the door, is because for people that are sensitive, that have sensitive energy, you must be picking up through your sensitivity the density of the energy around, okay, and that can present in conflict. That can present in arguments. It can present in, I don't know, like bullying, putting other people down, you taking, being beside yourself. And the important thing to remember is that we need to keep ourselves grounded, regardless of what's happening externally. And one tip that I want to share with you today, and I'm literally like sweating as I'm sharing this with you, is that it's important that you find a ritual that you can actually apply in your everyday life. Now, everything I preach and everything I do for myself is actually to live in ritual. When you live in ritual, it means that you are consciously taking action with your words and your body movements in order to keep that internal flame, your life force alive. Now, for those of you that don't know me or that haven't followed me for a while, my name is Vanessa Mariano, and I'm a healing activator, and I'm a vibrational language and passion coach. So I use language and I use body movements in order to, like I was saying, in order to keep this life force active within your body. It is this life force that will help to keep you in a high vibing state, frequency, that helps you to obviously live in fulfillment, have full relationships. And that doesn't mean that everything is going to be perfect, because remember, when the two frequencies, high and low vibrations, are kind of mixing, it's going to create like a storm. And I want to do this video today to remind you that whenever you do see storms of this sort happening, whether it's through, confrontations, arguments, conversations, it's not a negative thing. So it's important that we stop pinpointing or like pointing the finger and finding blame when this shitstorm hits, right? So what's important is that, hi, people that have logged on. So what's important is that we take the shitstorm that's coming through, and it's a chance, it's an opportunity to actually start asking yourself questions and start asking, because what it's doing, it's actually triggering. And what is part of my work and the way that I connect with my people is that I bring you to be very aware of the triggers that are happening. What's being triggered in you? It's through the triggers that you are then able to start to ask the questions and work through the shit that is actually been suppressed, ignored, that's been numbing you down, and that's making you complacent. When you are complacent, it means that you are living in avoidance of what needs your immediate attention to move through the dark times, okay, the difficulties, the hardship. So we are needing to step up more every day in our own personal life, and be able to somehow be that pillar for the people around us, okay? And a lot of the times we take this for granted. We think that we need to like confront head on, sometimes we do, but other times we don't. So we just have to be very wise and cautious how we go about doing that. And to know, we must be open to receiving that the divine intelligence, the universal intelligence. In order to do that, what is essential? Again, coming back to the ritual, remembering, or I'm going to be inviting you to take in consideration that time is non-linear, that time is a is circular. So everything that we have dismissed, everything that we have been suppressing, everything that we have been avoiding is going to be coming back, or it's actually coming back to us right now. It's just up to us whether we want to choose to suppress it more by blaming others and remaining in the drama, or whether we are strong, courageous, vulnerable, humble enough to actually start to ask the right questions. So we need to be very vigilant in these times. We need to start to ask the right questions, and we need to start to dig deep and see with eyes of love as opposed to with eyes of hate. It's easy to blame. So energy is dense, it surely is, and it's intense. So what are you doing to stay strong and present? So the tip for the day, before I shoot out, is to find a ritual, like to find an action or a mantra or something that you can, or a question that you want to ask, and be prepared and open, remain open to receive the answer as to the guidance that you are needing to move forward. Okay, so movement, for example, for me, I do hip thrusts in the morning. That's one way of me keeping because I'm really working with my lower chakra energy centers. So what that is doing is it's connecting me to my sacral chakra, to my creative channel, my sexual channel, and that way it is allowing that energy to move through my body, and it's helping me to keep grounded and centered, regardless of the external circumstances of what is happening in life, right? That's one example. I've got many other things that I include in my ritual and in my and with language as well, because that's what I do as a living. So if you need help with that, if you do need support, I would ask you to get in contact with me. Just private message me on Facebook, because I'm working on a website at the moment, so there's no link that I can actually forward you. If you want to know more about this and you're a woman, you're more than welcome to join my Feminine Fire Society group. Yeah, so just heads up, stay grounded and stay in a just stay grounded and stay vigilant to what is happening around you, and try to not give in to the dramas. Even if you find yourself mixing with them, just retract and find your ritual and find your ground with your ritual. Okay, so much love, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye now.